Okay, picture this. You're driving through West Hollywood, maybe stuck in traffic, right there at Santa Monica and La Cienega. That super busy spot.
Yeah.
You look up, and there's this huge billboard, massive, black background, white text.
Right. Not unusual for WeHo, really.
No, but this one, it's different. It just says, I'm voting for Stephen. That's it. And there's a picture of Jimmy Kimmel.
Wow. Just that.
Yeah.
And Kimmel, who's, directly up against Colbert for the Emmy.
Exactly. A direct competitor openly saying he's voting for the other guy.
That's pretty striking.
Mhm.
It's more than just like a friendly nod, isn't it? Especially now.
It really is. It feels like this big statement of solidarity, and it's happening right after CBS dropped that bombshell about canceling The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, the timing makes it even more significant.
Totally. And it feels like it tells us so much about the pressures on late night TV right now, maybe award season tactics, the whole media environment, really.
For sure.
So, for this deep dive, we've sifted through a bunch of industry reports, news articles, insider takes, basically trying to unpack what this is really about, get you the key facts, the surprising bits.
So Kimmel's move here, it's clearly not just random.
No way. What do you think is the real significance?
Well, I think it's a very calculated move. That message, I'm voting for Stephen, it sounds simple, but the where is just as important as the what.
Right, that location you mentioned, Santa Monica and La Cienega, sometimes called Sunset.
Yeah, that area. It's incredibly high traffic in West Hollywood. Plus, it's like smack dab near tons of entertainment offices.
And really close to the TV Academy headquarters, too, isn't it?
Blocks away.
Yeah.
So you couldn't ask for better visibility if you want Emmy voters to see something. Especially right now, with voting closing August 27th.
Maximum impact during the Q window.
Exactly.
And Kimmel, he kind of has a history with funny Emmy campaigns, doesn't he? Those taglines?
Oh yeah, he's famous for them. Really witty stuff, usually poking fun at the whole for your consideration process.
Like, what if I told you I was dying? That one always got me.
Right. Or, isn't it embarrassing that we take out ads begging for consideration? He's very self-aware about it.
Or if I lose, it was rigged.
Classic Kimmel. But this time...
This time, it's totally different. It's not about him at all.
Precisely. And he hasn't actually put out a statement about the billboard, has he?
Not that we've seen.
The billboard is the statement. It's meant to speak directly to the industry, to the Academy members, but with this unexpected angle.
So what's the immediate trigger for this kind of, public support? This solidarity didn't just pop up overnight.
No, it's directly tied to the big news from last month, July 2025. That's when CBS canceled The Late Show.
And that was just before the whole Paramount Global merger with Skydance Media went through, right?
Correct. The timing, again, is notable.
And the official reason given by the new company?
They cited cost-cutting measures, called it purely a financial decision because of the, quote, challenging backdrop in late night.
Okay, financial decision. But the reaction within the industry, it wasn't quite buying that, was it?
Not entirely, no. It kicked up a lot of dust. There was immediate and, frankly, widespread speculation that maybe there were political motivations behind it.
Because late night shows, Colbert's included, haven't exactly shied away from criticizing political figures, like former President Trump.
Exactly. And some insiders were quoted saying they saw the cancellation as sort of a sign of the administration's influence on editorial freedom, a chilling effect, basically.
And wasn't there something with Colbert himself speaking out just before the cancellation?
Yes, that's crucial context. Just days before the show got the axe, Colbert publicly criticized Paramount, the parent company, over what he called a sizable settlement with President Donald Trump.
He called it a big fat bribe, didn't he?
He did. So the timing of his show being canceled right after that, well, it certainly fueled the speculation.
You can see why. It adds another layer to this whole thing.
And speaking of layers, Colbert's Emmy history itself is pretty fascinating here, too.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, since The Late Show started back in 2015, it's piled up 33 Emmy nominations. 33.
Oh, that's a huge number.
It is. But here's the kicker. It hasn't won a single one.
33 nominations and no wins.
For the main show, yeah. Apparently, it's the second most nominated show in primetime Emmy history to never actually win an award.
Who's number one? Just out of curiosity.
AMC's Better Call Saul. They went 0 for 53, I think.
Ouch. Okay. But Colbert himself has won Emmys before, right? For his old show.
Oh, absolutely. The Colbert Report won for Outstanding Variety Series back in 2013 and 2014. So he's definitely got Emmy Gold on his shelf.
Right. And even though The Late Show is canceled, it's still eligible next year.
Yeah, it still has about 10 months left on the air, apparently. So
Yeah.
it qualifies for the next Emmy cycle, too.
Okay, so all that context.
Yeah.
It makes Kimmel's Billboard seem even more pointed.
It really does.
Yeah.
People are calling it this unprecedented display of industry solidarity. It's seen as way more than collegiality.
Like it's commenting on something bigger than just one show.
Exactly. On the tough spot traditional late night finds itself in right now, for a direct competitor to actively campaign for a rival, especially after a cancellation surrounded by this kind of controversy, it suggests a level of collective concern that kind of overrides the usual competition.
And other hosts jumped in pretty quickly too, right? It wasn't just Kimmel feeling this way.
Well, absolutely not. The reaction was fast and pretty forceful.
What did you see?
Well, Kimmel himself, even before the Billboard, reacted to the cancellation news almost immediately. He shared a clip of Colbert, wrote "Love you, Stephen," and then, well, let's just say he had some very strong, expletive-filled words for CBS and their other shows.
Okay, so he was mad from the start.
Very. And then you had Jon Stewart.
Ah, from The Daily Show. What did he say?
He put out this really fiery statement, basically saying he thought the cancellation wasn't really about money, but about fear and pre-compliance in American institutions.
Wow, strong words.
Yeah, he argued they chose, in his words, not to fight the vengeful and vindictive actions of our public hair-doodling commander-in-chief.
Oof. Okay.
And he ended it with a very direct, also expletive-laden message for Paramount.
So real anger there, not holding back.
Not at all. And Seth Meyers chimed in too, maybe a bit more gently, but still very supportive.
What was his take?
He praised Colbert, saying, for as great a comedian and host he is, Stephen Colbert is an even better person. Added he'd miss seeing him every night, but joked he was excited Colbert couldn't use the too busy excuse not to hang out anymore.
Okay, so a mix of anger and affection, but definitely a sense of unity.
Yeah, you really get that feeling, like they're rallying around one of their own.
And all this plays out right smack in the middle of the actual Emmy race.
Which makes it even juicier, right?
Yeah.
The category is Outstanding Talk Series.
And who's in it this year?
It's Colbert's Late Show, Kimmel's Jimmy Kimmel Live, and Stewart's The Daily Show.
So two of the guys speaking out are directly competing with Colbert.
Exactly. And this category, it's one of only 15 Emmy categories that the entire Television Academy membership votes on.
Ah, so it's not just a small peer group, it's the whole Academy.
Right, which makes a public endorsement like Kimmel's potentially much more impactful.
So how is this shaking up the race, according to insiders?
Well, the chatter now, according to late-night sources, is that Colbert is actually considered the favorite to win in September.
Really? After being canceled?
Kind of, because he was canceled under these circumstances. The thinking is that, quote, being canceled amidst your parent company potentially bowing to political pressure. Well, that story is a really powerful narrative for TV Academy voters.
So the cancellation controversy might actually help him win the Emmy.
It seems that way. Like the industry might use the award to send its own message back.
That is quite a twist. And just so people know, the Emmys are when?
The 77th Emmys, Nate Bargatze is hosting. It's Sunday, September 14th, live on CBS, actually.
The irony.
And streaming on Paramount Plus Live. So yeah, it'll be fascinating to see if Colbert takes home the statue.
Definitely one to watch.
So when you boil it all down, what does this mean for you listening? Well, it shows that this billboard wasn't just some quirky joke.
Right. It's a symbol of something much bigger.
Yeah, it's like a window into the pressures media companies are facing, maybe political, maybe financial, maybe both. It's a statement from within the industry itself, and it's turned the Emmy race completely on its head.
It shows that even in these super competitive spaces like entertainment, you can see people banding together when they feel like the foundations are shaking a bit.
Exactly. When those traditional institutions face pressure, whether it's from politics or market forces or whatever.
Which really makes you wonder, could we see more of this? More of these public acts of solidarity between rivals when big players face these kinds of controversies?
It's a really interesting question. Does it signal a shift?
Yeah, and it makes you think harder about the real reasons behind some of these big corporate decisions, beyond just the press release about cost cutting, what's really driving things behind the scenes.
Definitely something to keep thinking about. We'll see what happens in September.